Evening all, it's 5:58 and this is your video number 583, closing comment for today, Turnaround Tuesday, January 5th. The markets did in fact turn around, went from down a bit to up a bit. The Dow finished up 167 and change, or just over 0.5%, with the NASDAQ up 120 and change, 0.95. The S&P up 26.21 or 0.71%. The big leader again was the Russell, up 33.19 or 1.71%, and the lowly transports up 128.20 or 1.06. There's nothing on any of this that comes close to the losses from yesterday. But as I mentioned yesterday, the internals were not anywhere near as bad as the market action, and today they turned those around with both the NYSE and the NASDAQ 2.5 to 1 to the upside and an increase in volume. We had good numbers today. We had ISM, which came in at 60.7 versus the expectation of 56.4. That's a pretty big move to the upside, and that puts us literally within 10 basis points of the all-time high in that index at 60.8, which occurred in 2018. MU was upgraded from to buy from sell at Citi, and they raised their price objective from 35 to 100. It was also kept at over at Morgan Stanley, outperform. The stock closed the day 77.26, up 321 or 4.3%. Tesla was also upgraded with a new price objective of 810, and it finished the day at 750, up 20. It might be $1 or $2 higher right now. The big news was that the Saudis decided to cut production of oil, 1 million barrels a day for 2 months. I don't recall whether it's this month and next month or February and March, but it really took the energy stocks higher, and it took the oil to recovery high of 50.20 in the close-in month, which we move away from in the next couple of days. It closed 49.93, up $2.31, so a solid just about 5%. And as I said, it traded over 50 at 50.20. We also had Apple up $1.60, also less than half of what it was down yesterday. They got an up price objective from Canaccord at 150, up from 145. And this morning I mentioned that Coke got a downgrade, and it was trading, that was from RBC, it was trading 52.5, down 26 cents. It actually finished 52.18, down 58 cents, or over twice what it was down before. The gold was higher. Newmont was higher. The gold closed above an important level that I'll show you in a second. Bitcoin, another new recovery, another new all-time high at 34,680. And the chart on the screen is the dollar, and it actually had a 2-day double bottom of 89.39, even though yesterday it closed 89.80, 89.85, except that today we actually closed on the low, or just off the low here. We closed 89.40.9, so 89.41 with a low of 89.39 again. This puts us right back into the 2018 numbers that I've showed you repeatedly. But I do also want to show you the gold, because I think this is very impressive. It was, as I said, up about $7.80. But what's more important is that it moved above and closed above that high of 1951.70. It closed today 1954.40, and while it hasn't surpassed this peak at 1966, it also didn't turn down here off that close, which, it, after moving from the low here at 1767 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days to 1950. So that's a pretty substantial move for 6 or 7 trading days. 6 or 7 trading weeks, I'm sorry. The fact that it didn't turn back down is pretty impressive. So we came off the low end of the channel and broke out through it. Let's just go to the daily. Again, as you can see, clearly breaking out. This is that close at 1951.70, and today's close, as you can see, 1954.40. So, I think we look pretty good here, and although I sold a little of it yesterday, I'm thinking that if we go a little bit higher here, that we'll do really well with the Newmont calls. Also, another one of my little favorites, PLG, actually finished the day today at 573, up 73 cents. So that was pretty substantial also. The bonds were down $1. I really wanted to get short the bonds, but my concern about the Senate election, in the runoff election in Georgia, concerned me, because I thought that the bonds would be unduly influenced if the market was down as it was yesterday, and we had a flight to safety, which is very common, even on a 1 or 2 day pullback, of people piling into the bonds. I'm going to show you the chart of the bonds only because I've written about it so extensively, and it did in fact have a flight to safety yesterday and moved higher for pretty much no reason except that. As you can see, it was sitting along this 172 area. It got down there after closing on the high on Friday, came all the way back down here, and then started back to the upside. Today it reversed that. This is a really interesting chart, I think, because it just keeps getting tighter and tighter and tighter into this area. Clearly it is going to break one direction or the other, and my bent is to the downside, so long the TBT calls. All right, everyone, I'll be back first thing in the morning. Hope you all had a good day, and be careful out there.